using this one. And then I can show you some fancy moving.
We respectfully request the Sangha great virtues for the sake of this assembly and all living beings. Please turn the wonderful Dharma wheel to teach and guide us how to end birth and death, leave suffering and attain bliss, and quickly realize non-birth. Cung thính đại đức tặng thinh, vì thứ pháp hội cấp nhật thiết chúng sanh, thịnh chuyên hiệu pháp luân giao đạo ngã mùng, như há liệu sanh thoát tư ly khổ đạc lạc, tất chứng vô sanh. Homage to the Blessed, Noble, and Perfectly Enlightened One. Nam mô Sa Đàn Thô Sư Chế Đô Ye Ở La Hư Đi San Mèo San Pu Tô Xie. Nam mô Tát Tát Tha Tu Ya Đa Ya A La Ha Đi Tam Biểu Tam Bồ Đà Thoa. The unsurpassed, profound, subtle, and wonderful Dharma in 100,000 million aeons is difficult to encounter. Now that I'm able to see and hear, I will receive and maintain it. I vow to fathom the thus come one's true and actual doctrines. Wu shang sheng sheng wei miao fa bai qian wan jie nan zao yu wo jin Jiao wen de shou chi, yuan jie ru lai zheng shi yi. O Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, Great Master Ching Liang, Great Master YongHua, O good monks and nuns and all good new advisors of Emitofuo. 诸佛菩萨、净良大士、师父上人、各位主持人、各位善知识、弥陀佛。Chư Phật Bồ Tát kính thưa Tha Lương Đại sư Thượng Thiên Hóa, quý thầy cô và quý vị thiện sư Thích Ca Di Đà Phật. Hello everyone, today is the 25th of May 2025. We're here at DTT to discuss the first chapter of the Avatamsaka Sutra. We're on slide 88 of this current file. You need to have some translation stuff for the old abbot here. Okay, with this section on the Gandharvas. Gandharvas are musical spirits. They make sublime music to entertain the heavenly king of the second desire heaven. And so they're very skilled. And it's kind of interesting that these Gandharva kings actually are Mahasattvas, and they would choose to go and take on the form and be born into the Gandharva species, and to encourage them to cultivate and plant the seeds for enlightenment. Okay, so you see, you can cultivate and you can achieve success in your cultivation in everything, in everything you do. So to me, it's kind of interesting that the Mahasattva here decided to become a musician spirit to encourage musicians to cultivate. Okay, and you are a musician because you have the passion for music. You enjoy it and you're good at it. All right, so 88, let's jump right into it. The thus come ones universally manifests wondrous physical bodies with measureless variation equal to all sentient beings.
如来普现妙色身，无量差别等众生。
Okay, next slide. His different expedients shine on all worlds. Universally releasing jewel brilliance perceives this.
种种方便照世间，普放宝光如是见。
Okay, commentary slide 90. The thus come one universally manifests wondrous physical bodies. Thus come one is a Buddhist jargon. And it has a couple of meanings. Thus come one means comes from nowhere and goes nowhere by definition. Okay, he just comes, thus comes, and then he goes nowhere either. So they're not attached to coming nor going. Okay, and they come because there's something to do, and they're not in a hurry to come nor leave at all. Okay, and the second meaning is that thus come one is they ride on the path of the truth, and it comes to accomplish proper enlightenment. And so one of the 10 titles. Okay, so it comes according to the truth. Okay, so everything associated with the Buddha, if it's fundamentally true, everything associated with your true nature, with your real nature, your Buddha nature, is the truth. So therefore, we should nurture this truthfulness, this being true aspect of our lives. Okay, and that's wisdom, if you will, because eventually, down the road in the future, all of us will become Buddhas because we are able to live and dwell in the truth 100% of the times. Always. Okay? No matter what we do, we dwell on the truth. Okay? And he manifests, universally means everywhere, manifests wondrous physical bodies. And he makes different types of bodies appear everywhere. Okay, in two ways. Either he's born, okay, for example, he's born in our world as a human being, or in more often than not, he then manifests a body, various types of bodies everywhere. But when he came to our world as Shakyamuni Buddha, he manifests his wondrous physical body that if you were there, he would have 32 hallmarks of a great man and 80 subtle characteristics. What are the hallmarks? The hallmarks are the physical characteristics that make him stand out. Those are the characteristics of superior men. Okay? For example, when you look at the Buddha statues, you see behind me there, usually the Buddha statues on the top of the head has a bump. Okay? And that's one of the 32 hallmarks of a great man. Okay? That's a bump of wisdom there. All right? And another characteristic, the ears are very, very long. That's long of long life and of virtues. Okay? And he has, for example, his hands are very long. That's another correct hallmark. His hands are very long. Typically, when he straightens his hands, the hands will reach the knees. They're that long, like a monkey. It's a hallmark. Okay, don't laugh. I'm not sure why it's so long. But if he decides to play basketball, he'll be, in hot demand. Okay, and so there's many different hallmarks and the subtle characteristics that will stand out. Okay, and that's what typical of these great men. They're born and they have so many blessings that they manifest in the form of the hallmarks. Okay, only Buddhas would have the perfection of these 32 types of hallmarks. Okay, for example, in his palm of his hand there would be a wheel, okay? Like a Dharma wheel kind of shape, sort of like a tattoo there. Okay, that's a hallmark. Yeah. All right. Yeah, so many types of them. So wherever he goes in the universe, to a world, let's say a galaxy, and he decides to become a Buddha there, so he would manifest a human body. Okay, like here in our world, and then he's born through the mother and father kind of thing, and then he would manifest these 32 hallmarks. All Buddhas are like that. Okay, all over the universe. Just to give you an idea, each in the universe there is, the scientists know already there are infinite number of galaxies. In Buddhist jargon, we call the galaxies a world. Okay, so our world is a Saha world here. Okay, it's called the Saha world. It is one of the infinitely many worlds in the universe. Okay, even in our world, there's like 3,000 great thousand worlds, meaning that our world, as you know, right here is a small world, and there's like 3,000 great thousand worlds in there. So there's lots of worlds here, okay? If within one galaxy itself. So far, so good. So it's big. It's very, very big. The universe is so infinite, really. Yeah, it's mind-boggling. And Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, they practice chant, they cultivate spiritually, and they're able to experience it and see it themselves, okay, and travel to it. Okay, all right, and so in our world here in the Saha world, Shakyamuni again, as I said, manifests in a human body with 32 hallmarks and 80 subtle characteristics. So, okay, so it's quite a few. All these came from the culmination or perfection of his merit and virtues, his virtuous deeds. He helped countless living beings before he became a Buddha, and that's why when he became a Buddha, his body have these distinctive, very distinctive features that only Buddhas have. It's kind of cool. You know, like when you see nowadays, I notice the celebrities and famous people, what's the latest trend now? They wear expensive watches, you know, multi-million-dollar watches as a sign of status and a sign of their success. It's so cool, okay? And not simply the big names like Rolex or Piaget and whatever, okay? But they're the newcomers who cost like $2-3 million per watch, okay? Where the sports athletes wear them, and that's a sign of their success, if you will. Okay, they can afford it. Okay, so you can imagine that you know when they meet each other, they look around, they say hello. Now instead of shaking hands on the right hand, they shake the left hand so that people can see the kind of watch they're wearing. I would do that. Hello. Okay, it's so cool. And the reason they do that is because they can afford it. We can't. Okay? That's how it is. Yeah. And so same thing with Buddhas. Buddhas, they have these 32 hallmarks because they can afford it. Okay? It's effortless. It's not they have to work for it. Okay, it's like they have to buy it. It's just like it naturally comes with the territory. Okay, very much like a famous top world tennis player must wear a multi-million-dollar watch nowadays. Okay, otherwise you're really not a top-notch tennis competitor, champion. All right, and they manifest these wondrous physical bodies. Actually, it's physical. You can feel it. You can touch it. You can see it. You can take photos of it. Okay, so they actually are physical bodies. They're wondrous because they have very distinctive characteristics that only they have. We, rest humans, cannot compare. Okay, and they pervade all the Dharma realm throughout the entire universe. This is another jargon. Dharma realm as a universe, okay, with measureless variations, meaning that what is it going on? That is, if they need to save living beings, human beings, they will manifest a physical body that looks like a human being. If they want to save cockroaches, they will manifest as a body of a cockroach. Okay, so all sorts of living beings, they can manifest all sorts of physical bodies. Okay, think about it. Isn't it cool? The thing that you feel like helping a certain type of living beings, and the best help that Buddhas do is they manifest the same physical body as a living being they're trying to save. So, like for example, they're trying to save a girl, they manifest as a girl body. A man, and I manifest like a man body. Okay, so far so good. And Master YongHua says here in our world, the different beings that are born from different types. Beings can be born 4 different ways: from wombs, from eggs, from moisture, and transformation. All beings in this universe are born through 4 types of mechanism. Okay, womb meaning like us. Okay, human beings are womb-born creatures, or many other living beings are also womb-born, like cats and dogs and so forth. And the principle behind the birth by womb is emotion. That's why we are emotional creatures. Okay? Creatures born through wombs are emotional. They attain birth by emotions, and they die because of emotion as well. You get married because of emotion. Have a baby because of emotion. The whole life is emotional. Okay? And that's how we wired. Anyone disagrees with that? All right, that's womb-born. That's number 1. Egg-born, okay, he says here, the principle behind egg-born, birth by eggs, is because through thoughts. Okay, so let me backtrack a little. Womb-born, meaning that here's what happens to you after you die. I don't know if you want to hear this. Maybe we should skip this. It's kind of morbid to talk about your death. Any problem with that? Huh? Shall we skip the death thing? Okay, since there's no objection, let's talk about death. Okay, after you die, what happens to you? Here's what happened to us. Right now, we have this body of ours. After we die, we will get a next body, another body. So far, so good. Between now, this body, and next body, there is a period of 49 days, approximately, where things are in suspension, okay, until things coalesce, and then we go to this new life, new body. So far, so good. So that's why this body here is called a skanda body. Next body is also a skanda body. So far, so good. Skanda is what you're made of. Okay, don't worry about it. It's too complicated. Anyway, just said. So that's why in between here is called intermediate skanda body. So far, so good. After this, you know everything about death, and you no longer are afraid of it. You might want to go into business as well, actually. Very lucrative business, okay? Because people don't know much about death, so can come up with ways to make money off it, okay? So you have this body here, okay? And the next body, and then in between, there's 49-day type of intermediary, okay, body, okay? What is that body? Basically, you are a ghost. Then look, you have a body right now. You're comfortable, you're warm, okay? You're full of, I don't know about you, I ate so much for lunch, okay? It's always a struggle. You're coming to DTTs, I feel so full after lunch. I was full already, and guess what? People came and gave me a grilled cheese sandwich. So I was full already, and after grilled cheese sandwich, I'm even more full. And now, what am I doing? I'm drinking so that I fill up my stomach some more. So you have this body here, our body here, and the next body that we're waiting for. So there's a period, intermediate, the temporary period of 49 days approximately, where you wait for conditions to ripen for you to get this body, next body. Okay? There's a lot more going on, but let me simplify it for you. So you become a ghost, okay? And you are basically exist as an in-being, like the ghost here, okay? And you're very cold, and even though you think you have eyes, but you cannot see. It's so dark, it's so cold for you. Okay? No matter how much you put, how many coats you put on, down coats, thermals, you name it, layer after layer, you're still cold like heck. Okay? And you think you have eyes, but it's so dark. I don't know how you say. How do you say this in English? I forgot already. What? You widen your eyes. It's even more graphic kind of thing. Okay, you strain your eyes, like a more like straining kind of thinking concept. So you strain your eyes, and because it's so dark, you want to see. Okay, listen. Our entire lives, every day we open our eyes, and our eyesight is one of the most important things that we need every day, right? We walk with our eyes, we eat with our eyes, we learn our eyes. Everything is with our eyes, let's face it. So after you die, you still think you have your eyes, but it's so dark, okay, that you cannot see. No matter how much you strain your eyes to look, you cannot see. Why is it relevant? This is what happened to you, so it's very frightening. You don't believe me? It's okay. After you die, you find out. And you say, I heard this before. Master YongHua warned me already. Okay? And so anyway, so you exist in this state of fear because it's so dark, and very uncomfortable because it's so cold, like you're in prison. Okay? First thing when you go to prison is very cold. Did you know that? You don't know that? Anyone been to prison? One of the first things when you go to prison is get an extra blanket. Give you a small tip. You ever go to prison? Make sure you can have an extra blanket. Don't ask for extra pillow. Pillow is not important. Blanket is very important, because it's very cold in prisons. Okay? So anyway. All right. So it's cold and it's dark. You cannot see. And guess what happens? All of a sudden, in the midst of, during this period of about 49 days, all of a sudden, you see light. You see a light in the midst of darkness, you see a point of light. And that's why naturally you run towards a point of light right away. Okay? And that's what happens. This is how you attain the next body. Because that's the only light you see. Okay? During this duration. For the duration, it's so dark you can't see anything, so it's very scary for you. And all of a sudden, you see light, and naturally, you go towards the light, and that's how you choose mommy and daddy. Any questions? Yes, Evan.
Master, this is for human body only, or if you're reborn in as any other body, it's still the same light?
Same mechanism.
Okay.
Similar mechanism.
And for those who is 49 days, for the 49 days, they also feel dark and cold as well, and the same mechanism?
Depends why you do it.
With us?
With us? No. It's not that bad. Yeah, it's a little bit dark, but you're not scared, but you're warm and you're full. We do serve Pepsi, not Coke. Okay, so far so good. So you drawn this light here. It's natural because when you live in the dark, naturally you go towards the light, right? And then, because the light there is what happens when daddy loves mommy. And that's why it's called born by emotion. Got that? And usually you're drawn there because you're either drawn to mommy or you're drawn to daddy. That's why your son, you have to go back home and ask again, check again, is he drawn to you or is he drawn to your husband? Because that's the natural attraction during this intermediate stage where you're drawn there, you go to the light, but somehow you're more drawn to the mother and to the father. Okay? So it's emotional, sometimes both, but usually it's one. There's a preference of one. Okay? Any questions about that? So that's why womb-born is that because you see the light and your karmic affinities are with either the mom or the dad, maybe both. Typically it's one of the two. And then you're drawn there, and that's why you hook up with them. Yes, Wei Mountain.
Thank you, Master. I have a question about the light. Is there only one light that we see?
Is it one light?
You can only choose one, right?
My technology is not to the point I can see two yet.
Okay.
Okay, and that might be two, but I can't see two. I only can see one. Why do you want to have choices? Like, do I hear a better offer? Can you give me a better offer, huh, Daddy? How about potential daddy number two?
No, I wasn't thinking of it that way. It's just, just wondered. I mean, if there's only one, then there's only one, and then you just go to whatever there is that is drawing you near.
What happens when you're in that state and you're frightened by the dark, you can't see anything. So the first light that you see usually is when you jump right away. You don't hesitate because you're so desperate. Okay? But you never know. Now that you brought it up, maybe for you it might be two lights. You deserve to be tortured a little. Okay, so womb here is emotions. It's emotion. So we came via emotions, grow up in the midst of emotions, and die from emotions. That's why that life of the creatures born from wombs is emotional life. Yes, 7.
Master, just to clarify, so when the moment the embryo is formed, there's a life already reborn there already. So if there's any abortion, that you're actually killing a being. Or at what stage of the, like 9 months for human being, right? At what stage are we reborn into that embryo?
What embryo? There's no embryo yet.
There's no embryo yet?
Not yet. There's no embryo yet.
But you are already reborn.
Yeah.
What?
The moment that you decide, when the moment you pick your parents, because your affinity with your parents, okay, that very moment there, your 8th consciousness, remember after you die, your 8th consciousness go into this suspension state, a ghost state, okay? It's suspended there, waiting. And when you choose to go to your parents, okay, that 8th consciousness here, you remember, it's the last one that leaves, okay? Okay, it's not a last breath. It's when your 8th consciousness leaves, that's when you are officially dead in Buddhism. So far, so good. So the 8th consciousness is the last one to leave and the first one to arrive to the next body. So far, so good. The very moment that you choose to go to the light there, and that's your dad and mommy, God knows what they're doing, okay? At that moment, that's where the consciousness arrives. And that's birth. Birth begins at the very moment when your consciousness, okay, in suspension here, arrives. So it's way before the embryo is formed. And then, that's usually at the conception time. Before anything could happen, it's that very moment when there's conception, that's when life begins. So if after conception time and you do something to it with a pill or whatever, like a morning after pill and so forth, in Buddhism it's considered an abortion. You're killing a being because the consciousness arrived already, therefore it's a being there. Life begins already. And scientists might disagree with you, but in Buddhism we're very precise. Death only occurs after your 8th consciousness leaves your body. Okay? And then it goes into suspension. And it waits and waits and waits until within a 49-day period, could be sooner, okay? Then it grabs onto something, okay? And that moment that it chooses to go to the mother's womb, that very moment there, that's life. Life begins. Yes.
Master, what about a new technology with IVF, meaning the embryo is mixed in the laboratory? Mm-hmm. So when will the new body, its consciousness arrive at this embryo?
Can we check ChatGPT? It's not in my reference books.
When the embryo is still in the lab, I assume there's no body in the embryo with the embryo in the lab, right? So that's not killing or freezing anybody there, right?
That's correct.
Okay.
What happened to our doctor? She left already? I might want to ask her and double check with her. Okay. Whatever is in the thing there, the freeze and thing, is not life yet. Because basically it's two things that they combine and they make whatever that thing is. They freeze it. This is no... Okay. We're going to be stuck here for a while, folks.
Sorry, Master. You just said that it happened before the embryo even created, right? Life started before that, and then it
has entered the mom's womb.
It has to enter
There's a womb here. There's a womb here is a key word. There's no womb, there's no life. The consciousness has to enter the womb. Does it make sense? So whatever before that is a concoction, chemistry, whatever you want to call it, it's not life yet. You could call it prequel.
Okay, thank you.
Prequel life. Okay? I'm glad you asked because I never thought of these issues. Okay, so that's why it's very emotional for that during the intermediate stage here, there's the emotion there. There's an attraction there that you choose because of your prior connections, either to your father, to your mom, maybe both, and so forth. So it's very emotional type of relationship or lifestyle. So far, so good. Next one. Egg-born. Why is it considered is done through thought? It's because think of a chicken, very simple. Okay, you have a chicken, it hatches an egg. Okay, and then it comes out, pops up the egg. And what does it do? It sits on it. Okay, it sits on it to keep it warm. Okay, what is the word for it? Yes, you too.
Master, this is along the same line. Please go ahead and finish your...
Okay, I finished. Thank you very
discussion.
much.
Thank
Because nowadays I lose track of my chains of thought. This morning I wanted to say something. People would start asking me questions. I forgot about what I wanted to say. Anyway, probably senility, or Alzheimer's, one of the two. Anyway, where was I? Okay, so egg-born. Okay. You hatch an egg, and the chicken sits on the egg. Okay, here's what happens we don't know about. Then Master YongHua says, the mother hen there sits on the egg. What does she do? Korean person. You don't know? Korean technology, you don't have that? Huh? Thinking? Good guess. Thinking what? Too human. That's emotion. You see, unprotect is emotional. Wrong. Anyone else? Hybrid. Thinking of the egg. Closer. Yeah, closer than Korea. Yes, 7.
Thinking about I want a little chicken.
No, close. You too. Is it you answer a question?
Master, another question. Go ahead and finish yours.
Okay, let me finish. Thank you very much. So the mother hen sits on the egg and okay, and then it says, "Baby, come out. My little baby, come out of the egg." So the egg that you eat, that has both the yellow and the white there, eventually because he sits in there and he keeps it warm, Eventually, because her thought, my baby, come on out to be with mommy. And that transformed into a chicken or a duck. Okay? And then the Vietnam turned upside down and turned to Yit Long. You know Yit Long? You Westerners don't have this. Do Chinese have Yit Long? You know that fetus thing? The Chinese people have it too, right? Hong Kong people, they have it too, right? I mean, basically, it's the fetus of the duck in the egg itself. It's very tasty. Okay, so that's why it's born by thought, because it says, come out for mommy. It's not about emotion. He says just, he wills the baby to come out from the egg. That's what happens to chickens. No emotions. That's why after the chicklet comes out, it leaves its mom just like that. Whereas we have a hard time leaving our mothers. The normal people, at least. So far, so good? Any problems here? This is Buddhist secrets, folks. This is top secret, confidential. Yes, you too. Go ahead.
Thank you, Master. We have 2 questions here. The first is from Robin Sandalwood. Emitofuo, Master, I have a question. Among the 8 kinds of heavenly beings that are nagas and dragons, are serpentine heavenly beings born from eggs like reptiles in our realm, from eggs?
The reptiles are born from eggs? You mean like dragons and so forth?
Yes.
Dragons are born, not sure. ChatGPT.
Okay.
ChatGPT has everything now.
It does.
Yeah. Double check. I don't need to venture a guess until after I disagree with ChatGPT.
Okay.
So anyway, not sure about the dragon itself. If you talk about the snakes, then snakes are born from eggs. Yeah?
Uh-huh.
Dragons could be born from eggs? Yes. Okay, then I agree with ChatGPT. Who am I to disagree with ChatGPT?
I don't know. But
okay.
I have another question.
Okay.
If I may. Ru Kang says, Master, what about the famous story of a heavenly being who was born as an animal, but after taking refuge with the Buddha, the pregnant animal got kicked and the baby died? How could the animal get pregnant and the heavenly being is still alive?
Come again?
It's a little confusing.
No comment. Yeah, go ahead.
There's a famous story of a heavenly being that was born as an animal, but after taking refuge with the Buddha, the pregnant animal got kicked and the baby died. How could the animal get pregnant and the heavenly being still be alive? I don't know. I'm just reading the question, Master.
Go ahead.
And the final one is from...
This one knows about heavenly beings and ghosts. I don't know. It's not my specialty. Go ahead, ghost lady.
It sounded like the question was that the heavenly being was the animal, right? If the heavenly being is the...
Yes.
Okay, if the heavenly being is...
She hears the question, she understands it right away.
If the heavenly being,
I hear the question, I'm confused.
if the heavenly being is an animal got kicked, I don't understand what the question is. How did the heavenly being die if that's the animal that got
I was confused way before that.
Did he meant the baby died, not the heavenly being?
I'll try and get clarification from the person who asked the question. Thank you.
Okay. Another question on YouTube is over. No more questions?
I got the answer from that first one about the heavenly being, etc. It was not born yet. That was it. The heavenly being was not born yet. It says the animal got pregnant, and I guess the whole thing is, but then the baby died.
Okay.
And so how can the heavenly being still be alive? I mean, it sounds like a twister to me.
Yeah. First of all, I wanna share my horror and my. I mean, there must be a lot of suffering. I don't know what they're talking about, but and I want you to remember this. For future reference, when you see Ru Chang, whatever her name is, make sure you get the exact quote from the scriptures. Okay? Because sometimes this Ru Chang, I forgot, her memory is sort of changing with the seasons. Okay, so please come. Please give us. Why don't you email us the exact text, and I can answer you. Okay, number 3. Still more. Okay, number 3. Third type of birth for living beings is moisture born. Okay, through union of thing with water, moisture. Okay, all right. What's an example of something born, moisture born? Master Old Monk, you remember? Moisture born. You don't know? Okay. So anyway, so as a moisture born, that's a third type. Shu Sheng. Somehow, it's just my mind draws a blank. Anyway, and the fourth one is transformation-born creatures through separation. I'm not sure about separation. Okay, but anyway, transformation-born refers to. This is why I asked for the exact text from Ru Chang. Okay. Because when you're born in the heavens, you're born as a heavenly being up there, it's by transformation. There's no womb, there's no moisture, there's no egg. Okay, when you're born in the heavens, okay, then you're born, poof, you're not there, and all of a sudden, poof, you appear. That's why it's called born by transformation. Wasn't there before, and all of a sudden it appears. Yeah. Moisture.
Some of the insects.
Some of the insects are born by moisture. Really? Okay. Yes, 5. Thank you.
I think mold was born from moisture.
What?
Mold.
Mold?
Nấm mốc thầy.
Mold like Koji mode in the sake. You don't know how to make sake. Huh? The sake, you make sake by using rice, excellent water, and koji mode. Never mind. Okay, JMT.
마스터, 습생의 대표적인 걸로는 그러니까 개구리가 물에다가 알을 낳거든요. 그래서 습생의 대표적으로는 개구리가 알을 낳는 거를 습생의 대표적으로 알고 있고요. 네.
Master, for moisture-born animals are frogs. So frog lays eggs in the water and they are born, and that is moisture-born.
If you lay eggs already, how can it be moisture? What are you talking about, woman? Listen to yourself. Mukhyung, hit her.
지금 화생의 이그젬플을 여쭤보시고 있었던 거 아니에요?
Slap her. Give her a slap. Oh, you prefer a punch?
죄송해요. 습생이요.
Master, weren't you asking about example of moisture-born?
Yeah. Well, a frog. You just say a frog first lays an egg, and then isn't an egg born then? Listen to yourself. I'm only using you against you.
네, 그러니까 개구리가 물 안에서 올챙이를 낳는 게 습생의 이그젬플이라고 말씀드린 거고요.
Master, I'm just saying that the frog is born in the water, so I'm saying that that's an example of the moisture born.
Are you hungry or something? Why are you saying so much nonsense? The frog, you just said the frog just laid an egg, didn't you? That's an egg born, no?
네.
Yeah, okay, we agree now. Okay, take it easy.
근데 마스터 물 안에다가 네.
Okay, Master.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Seven, go ahead.
I was going to say ChatGPT says...
Which version, 4.0 or 3.0 or 4.0?
I'm guessing the latest, since it's always updates.
Depends who you are. Latest for her is 4.0, for you it's 3.0.
Android update.
Okay, 3.0, okay. Or is it the free version?
Free? Yeah, it's free.
Then it's no good. Don't do the free version. It's incomplete. It's like half knowledge. Yeah. You definitely need a subscription. Continue. Okay, that's quoting the free version. Okay.
This is the term includes all life forms believed to arise from dampness, rot, or decay, which would include mold and fungi on rotting food or organic matter.
Excellent. Yeah, koji mold. Yeah, absolutely. Fungi. Okay.
Maggots appearing in decaying flesh. Insects like gnats or flies that seem to come from stagnant water or moist soil.
Very good. Free version, not bad, huh? Impressive. Yeah, okay. Remember that, huh? And they say, oh man, okay, remember that. But I don't need them anymore. He says that when the maggot that's born from the dung is born, it becomes egg before it takes its form, according to him, Vietnam version. Okay, check the paid version. Hey, Chin, do you have 4-0 yet, or you still on 3-0 like the rest of us? 7.
Actually, Master, the free version has the latest model. It's just rate limited, so you can only have certain amount of requests per day. But
so you used up yours already?
No, I'm just saying that
I'm going to
even
Claude.
you are using the free version.
I'm subscribed in the Claude Opus.
Except that only the reasoning, the O3 model is the certain things are pro version only, but mostly I think the free version is the state of art.
State of art.
It's still half truth.
Claude Opus apparently is faster than O3. Did you hear? Are you guys worried?
It's just it's always a competition. Just keeps everybody keep leapfrogging each other.
See if there's a free version of Claude Opus. It's better. Okay, for you Chinese-speaking people, I'm curious about this. Oh, by the way, folks, you're new with us. I don't know anything, so I'm learning, as I go along. So don't think I'm like a professor expert or anything. No, we learn from each other. In a Chinese word here, it says 无所托互有. So it really depends on nothing, and all of a sudden appears. That's why it's called transformation. So when you're born in heaven, for example, your dad is sitting there, sipping tea from China. And then, all of a sudden, boom, you appear right there on his laps. That's why it's called transformation. That's how you're born in the heavens, by the way. There's no womb, there's no moisture, there's no eggs, okay? You should appear just like that, so you don't have to go through the pain of womb birth, excuse me, egg birth, because you have to, because your mom, if your mom has depression, boy, are you in trouble. The chicken hen has depression, it happens, okay? Then you're born having depression already. And so you see, transformation is that you're born poof like that, no birth pains, okay? It's instantaneous. So you're born, for example, in some heavens you're born about the size of a 6-year-old boy, okay? And in a very short time, you grow up. There's no puberty, there's no nothing. It's fantastic. Did you know that, huh? Ghost girl? Now you know. It's cool to be born there, okay? And you go to higher level heaven, okay? Then you're born as bigger boy, okay? And get a bigger, okay? That's what happens, okay? 无所托, that's what it says. But why? Why is it translated as separation? It bothers me, the word separation here, from their text. It has to be born, come about, with not separation, but magic. It just happens. It just comes, it shows up, okay? It's like magic. Okay, so I don't think it's separation. It's weird. The translation is kind of weird. Okay? So now you know the 4 types of birth that the Buddha talked about. We all born via those 4 types of births. So far, so good? Okay? So the Buddha, when he manifests his physical body, he can manifest through the 4 different types of birth himself, but each type of birth, he can manifest infinite number of body, like humans, he can be short, tall, Caucasian, Asian, and black, white, yellow, red, whatever. Okay? And his different experience shine on all worlds. And why does he show up in the various destinies, various types of species, living beings, so that he can teach them? And how does he teach? This is how the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas teach. They use expedience. Okay, that's the only way to teach in Buddhism. Okay, so that's why some of you who are teaching classes and you struggle with your student not coming back, okay, it's because you are not taught expedience yet. Your level is too low. We can't teach you expedience yet. So you have to live with it, okay? We spend a lot of time and money advertising, bringing people in, and they don't come back because you don't know how to teach them. That's a fact. But that's part of the training, because you're supposed to fail and not get depressed. I mean, not quit. Got that? All right. And universally releasing dual brilliance, perceive this. Next, using immeasurable expedience based in great wisdom, the Buddha expounds for flocks of creatures, all and everywhere.
大智方便无量门，佛为群生普开善。
Kachan. He enters the true practice of Supreme Bodhi, Varsha banner, skillfully contemplates thus.
入圣菩提真实行，此金刚床善观察。
Okay. 97. He using immeasurable experience based on great wisdom. You see, as I just said, expedience are created, are invented from wisdom. Unless you have wisdom, you cannot understand experience. Got that? So that's why, even though you have some wisdom right now, some of you have wisdom right now, but your wisdom is not high enough, therefore you cannot use expedience yet. So far, so good. So this is a humbling experience for you. It's a lot more going on than you realize. Somehow the Buddhist disciples here enlightenment and so forth as if a same thing, homogeneous block. Actually, it's many gradations of enlightenment. Okay, so a very low level is like babies, and then it get better and better and better. But it's not until you get to a higher level that's when you're able to really become useful. So below the low level enlightenment, even though you have wisdom, you still need a lot of work before you can really contribute. Okay? Even some on a higher level, they still have a lot to learn as well. All right. And so great wisdom here, what is called great wisdom here is the kind of wisdom that enables you to end birth and death, have to be in control of your destinies. Meaning that if you have great wisdom right now, you are free from that wheel reincarnation. You can go anywhere you like after you die. Okay? In principle, it's not always the case. But in general, that's the case where what happens is that the average person, when you die, you have to go through King Yama, okay, the judge in another world who decides which body you're going to take on next. So you're in this intermediate kind of body here, in the intermediate stage here, the ghost stage. You are, every 7 days, you brought in front of King Yama. And King Yama looks at your record and says, okay, you can go and be reborn as a pig, as a chicken, because you like to eat a lot of chicken eggs. Therefore, you have affinities with your chicken hen right there. Okay, so you ate a lot of her eggs. Now, now you got to be her baby, and so that's why you have to go through King Yama. However, if you have some wisdom, then you don't have to go see King Yama anymore. Okay. Because if they mistakenly bring you in front of King Yama, because what happened to most of you after you're dead, okay, you this state of intermediate kind of body, okay, you're a ghost basically, you're in being, and every 7 days or so. Did you know this? Okay, every 7 days, imagine you're a ghost state, okay, and every 7 days or so, there are 2 other ghosts, much bigger than you. They come over and grab you by your armpit, so you can't move. And they lift you up and they bring you in front of King Yama. Okay? So if they come and do that by mistake, King Yama, one look at you, because you have prajna wisdom already. King Yama, one look at you. You know what King Yama does? He bows. He immediately stands up, pushes the chair back, stands up, and bow. Oh, policewoman, welcome. Okay, he knows right away, because he has a record of all of us who are enlightened, who have prajna wisdom. Okay, so the moment he sees you, okay, he stands up and bows to you with so much respect. Oh, welcome. I'm not worthy of your visit, so please go. Okay, so experience based on great wisdom. Okay, so this is what it means. It means that until you boys back there, girls back there, have enough really high level of Shastra wisdom, then you take a look at a person. You can decide. Your wisdom tells you what kind of expedient you can use to help them, to teach them. Should you beat them up? Should you praise them? Should you give them candy? Should you, all those things. You just know. It's so cool. Okay? No thinking. Okay? You don't need ChatGPT. ChatGPT would not be able to help you. When at that level, you cannot. Yeah. ChatGPT is pretty good at classifying and drawing, tabulating things, but in terms of analysis, it falls far too short. It will be like that forever. You cannot replace your prajna wisdom. Never. Okay? Oh, did anyone hear the latest news? I don't want to sound like I'm rejoicing in someone else's misery. Okay? But this morning, at 2 in the morning, which I got up about 1, okay, I opened my Apple News here, and there's an article that says there's a VP of autonomous driving of Tesla. He's a VP, so he's in charge of the autonomous division. Okay, and he says their technology is at level 2 autonomous driving. 5 is a top. Okay, he's only at 2, and he's not even at 2 yet. He says we're still not quite at 2 yet. And Elon, his boss, has been selling level 5. They will achieve level 5 by 2017. And then he stretches to 2018, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, now 25, still not there. Now at 2025, he's not even at 2 yet. I hope you're not driving Teslas. Is any of you driving Teslas? I feel sorry for you. Do not use autonomous driving. You're going to kill yourself, kid. Okay? Don't say I didn't warn you. Do not use it. Husband, do you hear me? Stop her from doing it. Okay? It's crazy. Don't believe. I've been preaching you that, but no one takes me seriously until this morning. I have proof from his own VP of engineering, who admits he's only level 2, kid. You want to sell it? I'm looking for a cheap one. This is why I'm saying bad mouthing them, because I hope it goes down, it depreciates faster. Since my disciple totaled his car, I've been looking for a replacement. Would you mind driving a Tesla? You like a Tesla? You don't like Tesla? Not that bad. You don't believe in autonomous driving? He doesn't believe it. See, smart man. Don't you dare use it, okay? You're going to be sorry. Okay, I will unload Teslas. Okay, praise and great wisdom. And he said basically it's no Dharma being spoken. So in Buddhism, we help living beings by speaking Dharma to them. Okay? Don't think that the Buddhist teachers are supposed to help you by healing you from your illness and by giving you the numbers for the next super lotto and so forth. That's not helping. Okay, the helping is to speak Dharma for you. Okay, there are 2 types of helps. The help that makes you dependent upon them. Okay, meaning that you have a problem. Okay, mommy, you give them a Band-Aid. Next time they get hurt again, they come to you, mommy. They always keep on coming for you. Okay, that's slavery. Dependency, where the Buddhists and Bodhisattvas speak Dharma for you so that you can liberate yourself. That's the only way to liberate yourself. Do not expect someone else to save you. It's not possible. You have to save yourself. And that's why the Buddhists and Bodhisattvas speak Dharma for you. Okay, and when you speak Dharma, when we speak Dharma when the living beings hear the Dharma being spoken, it's like they wake up from this dream and they stop hurting themselves. What you don't realize is that because of your confusion, you keep on making the wrong choices. That's what happens. Okay? And that's one of the reasons why we get in trouble. We choose wrong. Okay? So that's why all of you, eventually, you have to learn to speak Dharma. No excuse if you cannot speak Dharma. And the main thing about speaking Dharma is explaining sutras like we're doing here. Okay? Because the Buddha Dharma is so vast. You remember, see, we've been for all this time here, we've been going from the East Coast to the West Coast, from the dragons to frogs, Teslas to Mazda to Maserati, and so forth. Okay? So what happens, and Master Shihua says here, I did it in italics to point it out to you, to myself, there's no Dharma that is spoken, yet no Dharma that's not spoken. Meaning what? Meaning that when these beings who have wisdom speak Dharma to you, okay, they're not attached to it. They don't say that, see, I told you so. See, remember, you learned it from me. I'm your teacher. Okay? And so that's why there's no Dharma that is spoken at all. Meaning you're free. You're free to come here and learn, listen to Dharma, go next temple, listen to Dharma, and so forth. Okay? There's no requirement for you that if you go to different temple and we have your photo right there on their website, don't come back. Don't bother coming back. That kind of thing. It happens to some of the Buddhist disciples. They sort of like banned if they show up at different temples. Okay, it's kind of weird. No, so because they think that the Dharma spoken here. This temple is so special that you can't go to somewhere else. No, when you speak Dharma to you, there's no Dharma is being spoken, and yet no Dharma that is not spoken. Is that clear? Of course it's not clear to you. Okay? Why does it mean no Dharma that's spoken? Old monk. Why does he say that when the Buddha speaks Dharma, there's no Dharma being spoken? What does it mean?
Tôi nghĩ là các pháp thì nó không có cái chắc một chỗ nào hết á, nó không có, các pháp đều không tướng. Nói qua chỉ cái phương tiện lúc đó thôi, cái người nghe và người nghe pháp và người nói pháp đều không hết á, chỉ phương tiện lúc bây giờ.
This has not spoken.
Không có pháp gì. Cái thứ hai.
The Dharma not spoken, meaning that the teacher is not attached to the Dharma. So that when you give something, let's say you give when the teacher speaks Dharma to you, it's a gift of the Dharma. Okay, they're giving the Dharma to you. Okay, the teacher, as soon as he gives the Dharma, okay, he's not attached to it. He doesn't make a big deal out of it. So far, so good. He says, if the teacher speaks Dharma to you and you down there, you does he get offended? No. If you take it, you don't take it, you don't listen, you appreciate, you don't appreciate. It's all the same to the teacher. Okay? He just speaks Dharma because he's supposed to do it. Period. So far, so good? He's not attached to it. So, in a way, when you give the Dharma, okay, when you are truly giving the Dharma, you don't see yourself giving the Dharma at all. Nothing. I spoke nothing. This is nothing at all. Nothing to brag about, nothing to be proud of. It's just Dharma being spoken. Whether it's Avatamsaka Sutra, whether Shurangama Sutra, whether it's Hinayana, Nitakaya, whatever, okay? There's no big deal from the teacher perspective. He didn't say, I can explain the Avatamsaka Sutra and you can't. How many people can explain the Avatamsaka Sutra? Okay? So he's attached to that knowledge. The teacher, great teachers like the Buddhas and the Mahasattvas, they're not attached to it. Okay? So that's why they say, when they speak Dharma to you, to us, there's no Dharma being spoken from their perspective. Is that clear? It's Dharma to you, but from them, it's nothing. It's not a big deal. Okay? Dharma here refers to Buddha Dharma. Okay? The Buddha Dharma is important to you. That's why you make the effort to drive to the temple and bear with it, cross your legs, and endure the leg pains. And why is it hurt for so long? How much longer do I have to do this? You know? I hope no one notices. Yeah, cross your legs, honey. There you go. Good girl. Look at that. So impressive. Look at her. Wow. It's so impressive. You think because they're young and they're flexible. No, it's not true. Many kids cannot cross their legs like that. I was teaching at the young boys Shami programs, and we have a lot of young boys that were sent to us from Philippines, from all over, and they could not cross their legs in full lotus. They can't at all. Okay? Now, anyway, so there's no Dharma that is spoken, is from the teacher perspective. He teaches, but he's not attached to it. Okay? He doesn't try to monetize it. He doesn't try, it doesn't matter to him. Okay? He never makes a big deal out of it. So far, so good. What about yet no Dharma that is not spoken? Meaning what? Old monk, what does it mean? No Dharma that's not spoken. You don't know. Anyone? No Dharma that's not spoken. He says, I'm not attached to what I tell you, okay? But there's nothing I won't tell you. What does it mean? You know, but you don't remember. Okay? Yes, go ahead, Simon.
Again, meaning he's not attached to his Dharma. He will tell you everything that's the best expedient for you.
Yeah, that kind of idea, but it's more than you think. That is. There are no rules. Meaning what? For example, many monks and nuns think that in order to speak the Dharma, you're supposed to have a certain demeanor. You're supposed to speak softly, slowly, and you convey this magnanimous image of a very pure and lofty person. Okay? So that's a Dharma of loftiness, of being magnanimous, of impressing. So far so good, old monk. Okay? That's what most of you people in Vietnam do. Okay? Many of the monks and nuns here also do that because that's what appeals to the Buddhist disciples. They've seen it since they're young, and they've been to so many temples. They all have the same demeanor. Okay? Very magnanimous, very lofty, very adorned. Okay? And they compare themselves to Buddhas. Look at Buddha, how adorned he is. Look at Mahasattva, how adorned he is. Okay? But then you run into, occasionally, you run into a teacher like Master YongHua. Have you seen his videos, his rare videos they have? Okay? I never watched his videos when I was practicing. I only listened to his tapes. That's all I got. But then later, after I started teaching, they started posting those videos on YouTube, and I was fascinated. You know? Yeah, first time I saw how my master spoke Dharma. You know, he's like that, traditional. He's very traditional, very sits up straight, sits upright, and then very gentle, very, very kind, very compassionate. Okay, I said, wow, that's how I'm supposed to speak Dharma. And then one day, I saw a video of him screaming and yelling at someone. I said, is it the same monk? And so it's the Dharma of being magnanimous, being adorned, being so impressive. That's the Dharma. But also the Dharma of being unimpressive, losing your temper. Okay? There's also that Dharma as well. So that's why it means no Dharma that is not spoken. So you're right, in a sense, whatever it takes to help, but you don't know what you're talking about. It's executed in a way that is no holds barred. Okay? Yes, it's true that I was criticized. I think it just happened yesterday. Right, Xin, she reminded me. He says, Master, I was sitting back there, and as soon as the question was asked, your eyes were rolling. And I couldn't answer her. I was so shocked that she could, after all the years we've been together, she still doesn't get me at all. How can I didn't have the heart to tell her. She never understood my rolling the eye Dharma at all. Okay? That's part of speaking Dharma, you loser. Got that? Why? Because sometimes you need to do it, okay, for two reasons. Number one, to get the point across. And sometimes because you can't physically beat them. You have to make them feel so bad. Okay? Whatever means possible, you make them feel bad. Okay? That's number one. Number two, okay, is the rest of you who are not the recipient. It's a test. What is your level? Do you expect the magnanimous? You know? Then you will be rolling the eyes yourself. You say, oh, the master is something else. Oh, no. Okay? And then another Dharma will be spoken to you to address that problem. See that? Is that clear? Don't be afraid. It's okay. It doesn't matter. They run away. They run away. We catch them later. Got that? Huh? XD? In your prior life, If you say the wrong things, your customer runs away, and that's it. You don't have a second chance. But in our world, it's different. There, it's a captive audience. They have to sit there until 2 p.m. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry, time is up. See you later. Okay, XD is coming soon, right? Huh? Now he's becoming a monk. So fake, Yes, JMT. Okay, we stop here. Thank you, everyone. Have a nice week.